aba Adom TV so braso se de Pampaso edwumadie everwo na onim se edru bena se ana enkoba hu hia titiriu de ebema oman no atumpon de atwe oman na se kire no nyina yedi eho enkomo se be ye betre chinioma esan se kabim kabi wo mu wo kabi na me kabi ye toto adwene ni ba ko fotiri mu ntino na yesisi na yesine po na ye de ko enim medi na na se ampofo je ne no pedi enkomo de ba be di o man ye kanea ho nsem power situation na say ankasa tie ebinumu enhyeda nye mpanimfo enkyiremu ode ba efa kanea na edundum no ho ebisi odum so is back ebi krasi we a different type of dum so a chese enkyiremu no aye bebre nene Ministry of Energy a wono ni asoe ya ho ne ne nyinam kanea ne ade nyina hye omo ase no omo epromu na ye bo na ye ti enkyiremu omo ankasa ewo edema ye efa kanea eho ensensem na bia edi enkomo na onbedi a kire Ghana fo a yakoma beto yem unse yesi de wo aka no no usosonsono to de bia tale akora gumu so beso obedi esanse yada esumu be mfie 9 mfie num epen nti kanya na hya sese dundum saa na chese nyasam keto akora nti yebekọ na yakwa hwe eye enkomodi a ekoso ewo eye asoye hwe o manyina mahoden ensem so na dache hene nana yaw ewa hama no so dache hene what me ka
na se metunka na no pe mechiawo na mechia akefo enso
all right yaje so bia bia ugina dia mehwe wachi a mehu senkane amfidie enego Ghana fo so ehia nkyiremu yie pa won kane ansensam nti bia ugina ma yehunu ba bi kropoti na fe ne eniema hodo a wo se koso no wo bo so na yakọ anim
yo na se meda yo na se meda se se mini wo kasa sisi e de megina GRIDCo for onakachi kese a eno ewo tema enyinam nkane ahodo a ye consume anase ye use no ye mfiefie mo ahodo ewo enkran no ne dodo na anase ne fapem kese na egina GRIDCo wonye nyuma a wo ye so enche bia na nkrata bi beto abonten a wo kire mu se ade a emiamia ahodo bi ebekọ off anase ye bedundum nkane a ho se de be a nsiesie adwuma bi ebetumi akoso se wo bekai a enche bia na ye hyase enya adunso kakra e mantemu ahodo wei e ma Ghana fo eye wona adwen se wo be hyase ebisa ho nsem e ma mpanifo e ba bonten e betirem se enoma bi na ato chima enti na ma dunso no ahyase na enai ye ba hase ye ba behwe se e de poti ankasa na ekoso a yanya ne ntie se minister ba inspection aba behwe ne nti poti a dunso ne eba ene adwuma hodo a wo ye no e wa ha nti wo ba pie mu a ye yate ene se esansa homa na ye wo ho no emu se da nye duru opesa homa ne ye duru se be ya load kase na nkase betumi afa na ya ye ti mfiefie mu ahodo nso ye tumi nya ne nti ayade a o ma hye adwuma na se wo ha nti wo hwe machine ye wo ha impanifo ahyase a ahoma no wo hye da aye ehu adwuma ama emu atentene na atumi akọ eyo nti adwuma na kyesa mo gusu ye no wo hwe de ekoso wo ha ya ehuma ahodo a eninam light pole no so anase enam the friend high tension no na akwakoye se emu aye loose kakra nti mpanifo hwe se wo betumi ayo na light ahodo enkaka na wona wote achimota ne mpatemu no enso atumi enya enyinam nkane a eto edi aye won adwuma eno nti PRO no e ministry ho ye ne bedi nkomo ye bisa no se ene adwumadi na nkasa nsa no ye di import na awose ye hwe nu
but me corporate communications manager Emma GRIDCo and then no ye very be akosombo to Achimota transmission line and I say Volta to Achimota transmission no nie so share no nie ye be friend a stringing exercise and no ye ma ahomanu mu ayedin say we everything take load bebre na be ya power e be consistent when you are supplying to Accra in the minister no e say oba be shrine first of all no only your management team a board meeting to just brief him on what is happening no I call a system control center I na ohun Accra any the whole Ghana lights distribution transmission near there we hu ni na oba ha no oba hwe adwuma ekoso line we so wetin mama kana na emu ayedin se na bia ye nya eyi fluctuations near there in the system secondly so we are part of 3 projects ekoso across the CR to strengthen the system back here the Pokwasi substations or Pokwasi on the substation here na Kaswa so bulk supply point and see another project here nti Osha Accra 3 projects na cost this year Accra to boost the transmission system this year. And then minister na wa be try and pay.
Enti process e cost wa has this year ye hwa o won say nipa bi tete post no so already existing post that na ye shemu din and say this is a new pole yes.
Okay, where ye Volta Achimota transmission line. No order that. Ye shemu apomuden. Say na be betimi take more loads. Sometimes I say a week akra, I say a trip near there. But we know na omo ye be ma ahoden abem na etimi take on more loads as supply Accra and other environs.
But is it to say nipa hudu and say areas are hudu omo depending on this line, so some many omo can say they are off.
They are on. Kania they say sisi a Accra. Kania was transmission will be okay. Sometimes no faults don't be you know, and no ever say prevent it. So you know that you have consistency. I mean sometimes when you be a transmission line I be a na a friend a trippy and I say when you issues with a system surge. Now say voltage is not high and from sometimes there be a inherent challenge with the transmission line. It's a whole stringy line now. And the old mu ahodia be mu pass na be a bit na carry loose be breeze na be a enti me encounter sa tripping any system surge near there nyina na bit ma kanea na asisu papa ndu sha sisi Accra kanea no obia e wo kanea me so say wo fifi kwa ba na wo kanea
me free ba na me wo kanea are you by any chance say one na wo hwe and say Ghana for o sisi na enya ni that so say we are not going into doing so yen share loads after this project here we are anya dey be share load.
Me name how many times you want us to say this because they be share and we be saying the same question. You see, we are not shedding load. All we are doing is that there are ongoing projects to further boost Ghana's transmission system. And on the load there, you share load. You can't and now last week issue statement. You signed a press briefing say there is no load shedding timetable for Ghana. Now say there are projects that are ongoing to boost the system. Now projects no ebi o kaswa, ebi o pokwase, na ebi so a higher sisi a yabegyina he. Oko Kumasi a ye obi so edweso ene ahoma so ena oko Kintampo a ebi so ekoso ho. Ni nyina is to strengthen the system. But obia enka say you be shedding load. You pamochew montie ye na momma Ghana for ntia say nobody has said that we are going to shed load. Nobody has said that.
Nti say obi won efie na enne light no prefun aso ye kakra edum na aso na eduma. Sani pakro no edie na onya e wona adwene.
On kana kuma to dem say eduma na ye no ya ma ye ho by the end of middle July to August to finish all the key projects ongoing here. We are consistency would come. No bia enya ho awemu say ye be ye na system no aye strong. Am obia ni age. Eno na ye. Nti pacho Magana for ntia say yen shedi load bia if am which
enti ene say light na echo prefun sa Ghana for there be me bisa esan say yenim say mu ye adwuma e wo lines no so a eya mu issue statement say emia we nyina ebedum enti say ene me tifie na say statement me hu na say edum a nipa ne so hwe se a me no ka say a onya orehemu say enya dum so na emom eye adwuma ene ye enti na ma ade ne ayesa na
enti uhwa Easter Saturday nyumre yenya conductor bi a top form of transmission line so sha e ma light off kakra me say 2 hours bi ye the statement by say oh we ntini yes within a short time e by on yes obi anya ehwemu say ye adwuma bebre in Accra in Kumasi all the other key areas to boost the system say be obi ho beto no and on the commitment minister no are very committed to this cause. The government is also very committed to this cause. We, as a company, transmission company, is very committed to the cause. VRA, ECG, all the other people in the power sector value chain are committed. This is the commitment we are doing. But say, you catch yourself, doom so niho. Yeah, doom so be. But over to Ocha, now go for bisa. Oh, you see doom so aba. Doom so embai. Load shedding schedule be niho. Uja hai, oh, timetable be ana.
Me who timetable be a baby, I mean, if you know light, a co na ba.
Say a corner bar. Sometimes no a local problem. Now issue for a juma. Osha last and no almost way by sit on you by say, oh, my juma be Osha, I think kiss some man idea. Almost on because of at a particular time because only your maintenance works. Ya catch you be into so like call at that time. Would him say adwuma na omo ye na omo yi a ebesan aba so. Those are the things. But we are not back to doom so. Neither are we issuing a load shedding timetable for Ghanaians. Eno de ni ho. And ya kasa minister naka last week the CEO esusu bim say load shedding bi ani ho. Obia aka nti pata Ghana for ye pamocho ye adwuma na obia insa kanekania smoothly and consistently.
Unim say ehunobi penti na asa no ma we nyina ba because in the life and the history of Ghana no ya witness we be da edu baby ye ka say odum so oba ye say odabi ye frustration bi na akoso wo baby ye siesie ahoma bi echire kora no in some time ago ni ye hunu say afi low shedding timetable aba na ade nti say obi hunu nne na say wo hyase ka say dum so aba odi ka sanse we hunu bi da
but ya mama the assurance so you carry the message to Ghana and say I wish you more say you want to be near your sister in ya
nti mama no wie kora ye hwe no ma ye wa he ya any post ahodo no ho ase ahoma no we ni ya twe e de akosoro and within this process ankasa then when are we supposed to finish this one ye betumi ankasa Ghana ni bia within the subsector omunyina e line we so no e betumi enya power
so we share ye share say make say by middle of July and August this project Pampaso substation and our Castle box supply at that time now you have the consistency about the sector ntipacho boy na for information you make Ghana for
na say na che say nipa ono ekasa edema GRIDCo ono e na che say ni etwetwe enkomo no ntie nche bia minister e baba be dru ha yenya ntie say o hada da bet so obe free office ono aba be dru ha ni ni etwetwe enkomo e bisa ne say the Nantes airport or the Baha and Sano, Egusu Ewatri, Menaso Usha, Matia, and Central for who do also a free one media house who do a bar, or no say about the ACWA airport. That's so, Mammy found the technical aspect in a Nipa or Muya Juma Ewahano, Yatra say, why is a who do say, high tension, why is a who do a wasado, and I say, OCS and Waha. Wo road ni nyina amano akoso enka ntetene na nka ye free se anka nipa na nka ekoso e de kose ho na nso abefo kwan so na je se na yi wo ye na nti waya no wo ro e de sewe so a machines wo ha eno ero e de akoso nipa bi nso te so ho a ono so ehwe no wa regulate ade na amana ko toten nti na se na je se emprempren ade se me no edi nkomi afa no mo se minister aba bedu minister anya aba bedu na nti ye nyina ye watwe mu se obeba ne yebisa no ensense makum yenu bi ebisa se de anti poteye na wode ne nsra hwe aba be pi ha na ono so ebekoso a show ye esanse ya shase ehunu se ye light no edum makum enti obema ya assurance enye dum so mu ne ye wura esane se ehunu bi penti na abo asrewa ojeje ne ba agura na wayi nani e de ato nchen nti minister wanya bedu ha de me show se enche bia obeba na oba betu nanum tu na ya tumi ehu de ekoso
that is na question back na mempese obisa customer for my GRIDCo ne se de no kire se ye ni low shedding bia na ye maintenance na se won mu fidie bi no mo fix ne ho keka ho ye nim se omo routine maintenance a bra no mo ye na sa routine maintenance no mo ya e be affect o man ne fa ba bi kura na enye kese ti say eti die ne ba ye within the years no sa maintenance na ntimi ankoso is it not true is it not a fact said the nipa bi allergy sikasem abo mo said the dwonso aba akokọ no ena ma bedu sam pempenso ya fe na se ahokere ya aba no omo ede ahopopo epese eye sade no ana say normal one but this time around there because say eye bigger enti na ma ye hu sunsuanso aye hu ni minim se obesa be na na ko ahwe ape ho answers ede ama na say the okase minister ba no ye show say briefing na ede ama no oba mo benya kwanya na questions ahodo bi o mo bisa say eden na esie because ECG GRIDCo even voter authority ne independent power producers here what times are yetimi ma yeti ase so routine maintenance be koso eno ntino e be affect A B C but say wo hono mo a was it over the weekend or so light no as edumanu enum ye as half current sa how na e ba no hefa na efifire na efiri enwuma no mo yerimu a enwuma no omo pile na app aguo na aye bebre enti na ma yehu sansunsanso yi anase ho asem te sei ye sure say sa ensem ni nyina no obehwe na wagye ho anu yie edi amaye sabre ohwe screen so a me hu se Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe a ono eye oswafo a ohwe ya ho ne ensem so we baptism of fire pa energy ministry hoshi papa baptism of fire say ye body dey so afram so awie ya na ekane ani dum hia ne say ya anti basa na afi was wo devil deeper into sabe adwenenim na kekane mabom say obitimanya solution to be a good leader no was say we solution oriented what I say you cannot be giving excuses say baby we pa de kane ho asem no ye nye excuses mfa nye hwe debi kane adum a eso deme obi nam osei obi nkwan esei obi aduane esei obi adwuma ntimi nkoso enti obema excuses a yesi atihia mankyene kofa nkyene bra nyemfa ngunkwam moba na odo nsapan ba na nkyene nka ho a ye ntimi mfa wo explanation ade ba enu aduane nim ema ne yese nkyene we need solution that's what we are looking at dajene afi somo ho na ye hwede yekoso
anya kwan ye ni ye di nkomo ebisa no so enti so okoye yo na se ne na wo ka no ye wi a ye bepe no na ye ni no edi nkomo na so emprempre am ne wo kasa ye de honorable Matthew Opoku Prempe a ono oye energy minister wa hye to na se prekope a ono so eni na mu wo ba no enye ono nko oni ne mpanyimfo a omo ministry ho sanso na honorable Kudu Opankuruba ano oye information minister no eno so e ka ho a ono wa hyase ko lines ahodo a wo ye adwuma wo na wona o wakwadare sa electricity adwuma ne atumi akire mu ho akire no di import na chese wo ye wo line so na sa wo wi a otumi ene nsentwerefo no edi nkomo questions ahodo a na wo bisa no ye be hye ahwefo na etiefo bo se answer na ye be wie sa toy no sa questions no nyina anu yie no ye betumi agi edi afri minister en ho na ye bisa sa di import na awasa yehwe nimu esanse se ahase na se light ni bi wo ha bi ana ekọ ebi ana aba ebi nso wo ha wo hwe se ne yatie na low current ni ade nkrofo ahase e ka se sikasem na chese eno so atotima ana se sikasem ne nkoyie enti na ama ye hu na nso so wona adwuma no ye wo dia na wabene mu no na aban di ahye won sase won hwe so no ye ne ombedi nkomo ene to no ene ya asase ne nti owi a ene ye betumi anya kwan ye bisa ohwe senia adwuma na nkasa nso tiye dia na chese enye bete ekura o call lines no so GRIDCo company fo a wono ana lines ye da ni da nyina wo hwe so na wo bedi nwotintima ya hwe senia ade no ekopote no ena chese ono ye nanti ye bepe se ye ne wona bokudu opankruma nso ebedi nkomo odi ekire ho oba nti yensa kan bepe ye be hyase ne ni edi nkomo na ye bisa no se tour we ankasa no what is supposed to achievement and I say you go on this tour na ankasa so ye de na ye tumi ehunu ba bia no ma no e de fie information minister wa ha nti wanyi misa no pe honorable you aboko
ya me Adom na so
me ado e be bisa say enti tour no ya nya hyase obi is the aim of this tour no here
o am say energy minister na eba be inspect adwuma e koso wa say and memze munyina mo ye interested nti nkomo a yedi about enyinam kane a nise ne beja ne ade nti da me sure say munyina mo wa say nti ono ne engineers na mo be my the details of adwuma e koso ne ade nti yenyina so ye de need e kire na yetimi abo ho de rache Ghana for nti nkama yem ben side ho bye
okay yo nti senior information minister kan nti kwa akoto se ye betumi akoto ni nyina wie na impanifo ana se engineers ahodo a wono dada wo hwe se adwumadie so watumi akire ne yakoso pote no anyade a ye betumi agina so aka se we pote na abandi a ebia ye light no eko off ana se current no eko for nti to no ene yeguso na se akwan wo nkakran se ye nante e de akọ post ahodo no eso nti be hwe nipa bi na chese o hange wie mu ho a ono ewo post no so a oguso edi adwuma ewo post no so ya ade na ewa yie pa nti no ugine kira ohunu yi age se watwena aban post yi na ye chese achimato kakra aba ho a empanifo ade nipa kogusuru ho a wo hwe se wo betumi aye adwuma ni yie se de be ya light no enso ebetumi egyina ne nan so.
All right, enti dache hene na na ya lie na wote se one mpanimfo nam na wono de wani sebe yese onse simu a yeni nyawo kane ne yese wani samu a yeni nyawo so akwakọ wie se ne onse simu sanse bi o awohwe ne omu digya ho nti ono ade ne nsa asim a okwa sebe obi buwa mu ogya onan nti se de wankasa waro ho na ogya onan no so ate ase nti se de nkane an ho asem tie no technocrats no experts no mbe kire o mo adwen but ibi ho no so ankwa sometimes people believe say na politics kakra misinformation so be kai the previous administration na president share time e be wi kire no wo be he na technocrats ya na man time no be wi kire na anya adwuma ko basa na ye embarrassment e di ama aban no nti ono ankasa beko na wahwe na watie na fe ono nso adwen kakra ho no ode aka ho but me who say information minister you akojo pon kroma say ote say na ya lie ne no kasa no enso so wo ade ba ko a ya ne ha dwene wo amamuo mu ani mpo Ghana for be agitated a information flow samanfo be hunu de ekoso kanea edum even say ECG bedum kanea na o mamanfo ya we say oh enne ifra no pa no nkron ekosi no num bedum kanea no ensiesie we no ne ho keka ho nti ba de yenko em say nkomodie bi asase yo ho yentie no mreba de aka de beto so
no mama come you continue as I was saying
Anti na say GRIDCo mpadifo no see ye bedru site no na o say odi kan e kire yen your friends pole no and say lines a oye djuma wo so no lines no enfie edudu ahen na chese line na bia wo shase say anto wo kire yin anti
can we have some silence? I said that these two lines were built in the 1950s. They were even built before I was born. When VRA came, and they were built to send power from the Tema diesel station to supply Accra during the colonial times. When VRA came into being, it was absorbed into the VRA system, and it took power from our Volta substation to Accra Achimota substation. We have found out that it has become congested, so transmitting power from here to Achimota is a problem. That is why we are building these new lines that you see the people hanging on as you speak. Mark.
Okay, so as we speak, you see that these are massive towers. The transmission line is going to run in between the existing so that we make use of space, we make use of land. It's difficult to get land. Now, we are stringing, currently, the workers are stringing the line because you have to tension the line. That's why you see them hanging over there. The line, when completed, will increase the transfer capacity between Volta substation in Tema here and Accra. It will increase it from about 400 megawatts to about 1,900 megawatts. This is more than 4 times. What this gives us is what we call redundancy. If you have such high capacity, it means that you can take off any of the adjacent lines and nobody will feel that something has happened in the system. Currently, if there's any fault on one of the lines, we might have to take off load maybe in Accra East, East Legon, or somewhere near Achimota. But when this line is completed, because of the high capacity, even if any other line goes off, it is still able to work and supply the load. So we have increased reliability with the construction of this line. From Achimota, we are going to continue to the Malam substation. That one too, the transfer capacity will be increased about 3 times, all to give us redundancy. Another project that is being done is the Pokwasi substation. Maybe one day we'll have time to go there. There is the Pokwasi new substation which will be constructed. Pokwasi will then be the biggest substation in Accra. Apart from Pokwasi, we are also building the Kaswa substation. You all know that Kaswa is sprawling. It's a huge load now. Kaswa is now being supplied from the Malam substation. And because of the distance and the capacity involved, there's a lot of outage that the people who have been supplied from Malam are going through. When we finish the Kaswa substation, it will increase again the reliability of supply, so that even if there's a problem in part of Malam, you are guaranteed that all the other parts of the load will be supplied. So this is being done for the purposes of what? Redundancy and reliability. So that even where we have to do maintenance or a fault happens, or what happened during the weekend when one of our lines broke, they can happen at any time. But even if they happen, the customer should not feel it. And that is why we are doing these projects. So as we see them doing it, there's going to come a time that they have to connect this line to the existing system. When that time comes, we'll have to take off power, because we are talking of very high voltage, 161,000 volts. Even in our homes, they're 240 volts. If you joke with it, it will kill you. This one, if you joke with it, you will burn. You'll be charcoal. So when the due time comes, we are still talking with them. We will arrange with them so that whatever outage they require, we will come back to Ghanaians and tell Ghanaians, the citizens of Accra, actually, that this is what is going to happen. So for a period of maybe 1 or 2 weeks, there will be an outage. So we will sit down with ECG to make sure that the impact will be as minimum as possible, so that nobody will have to go off like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week and things like that. So we are still talking with the contractors and seeing how best we can make sure that they finish the project.
People are also leading to the fact that the director will have to formally brief the minister on what is happening on location, so that we can capture all that and then make the minister also close. So that's direct
GRIDCo penny no edit to dwan nchire mu anase ne tofa bomu nyina ne se adwuma omo ye sisei no e kame ye se enyenam ahoden no de enam homamu no abra omo sisi sa ahoma na omo hyehyɛ sa ahoma no na ahoden na namu ne no so te se ene ahoden na dɔso nti womo main stations a ewo Kasoa na afei eye Pokwasi a omo sisei no eno ho dwumadie no mo hyase se ombesesa ehoma no se be ya ahoden namu eba no ebe ye ahoden a se be entitenko na enundum ba twensa nko bi na nkomodie no de eguso a
of engineering projects. Okay.
Hello. Hello. If you go out, you can all take lovely pictures. You go want to join me.
Eti we hear say see ya mpanifo na eguso briefing na say ensentwe for doso obia so epese onya the urban clear the mamamfo we nyina scramble for information we nyina no egina the fact say Ghana for ehia information hia hunumu o se yete ho ase say ehefa ne egina bre e won kane ho nsensem no eti say kane no eba be gina so eba be dum say de na no adabi eyeye no ebedum pa ebedum pen dodo say ena dodo say ne bedie emre dodo say na ye de be sensisi mpanifo che mu tintim fidie foforo ehoma no omo sesa no wonse ne ehoma ya ye de ye fie adwuma kura no ye wo ketwa e de ye ba bi adwuma ne ye wa kese oba yi su condition ni fridge no so ha anti ehoma bia no e wo eye ahode itimetwe anti ehoma ho sese no wo hwe nipa ne etaka so ane ne fam ne nipa dodo a wono mo twenka ne afi Pokwasi fam de na na also ɔmo sesa saa ahoma no na yɛhyɛ mu ekena na no wo kyerɛ mu sɛ eduru bra ɔmo bɛsesa ahoma no bɛwie ɔmo bɛdane dada no de agu mu no so a ɛnde agye sɛ dundum kanea no esan sa ahoɔden a ɛwɔ mu no over 1600 yɛ de ekura bɛ fie 220 a triple cost for kra ne bia 240 so ate ase saa 220 no so nsa som sɛ ikra etimi kun nti no no kyerɛ mu ko kyerɛ mu sɛ 1600 na nam saa ahoma kɛseɛ mu ne deɛ ɛno deɛ sɛ ɛso mu a na yɛ wada ne bidie ɛno ho asɛm na no ɔka sɛ du wɔde ɔmbɛdum na no so krom bɛkyerɛ afei yɛntie nkɔmmɔdie no.
And we are upgrading it to ensure that we are able to transfer more load to Accra and its environment. The project commences from the Volta substation, which is one of our bulk supply points in Tema to Achimota, a distance of 26 kilometers. What we are seeing at the moment is the activity of the contractors' workmen. What they are doing is that they are doing the stringing of the conductors on the tower to the substation. Now, if you look at the conductors that they have strung, you realize that they are in pairs. They are not in singles as you normally see. And because they are in pairs, you can see that we have some workmen on the conductors installing something in between the conductors. This is to ensure that there is electrical clearance, acceptable electrical clearance between the conductors so that we may not have any electrical effect. So this is exactly what they are doing. When we go back to where we came from, that is where they are also continuing with the stringing. That they are putting up the conductors in place so that from Volta substation, we can get the conductors all the way to Achimota substation. Now you realize that in doing this work, we normally come against obstacles. Some of these obstacles are, for instance, we cross roads or we have houses. And so if you look at an area like this where we cross roads, we normally have some system which allows us to cross the road without having any impact on the road users. So basically, this is what we are doing, and we expect that by the completion of this project, we are going to have more power transferred from the Volta substation to Achimota substation, and then transferred to ECG for them to be able to distribute enough power to serve our customers. Thank you. This project is expected to be completed by September 2021, all things being equal. If you do not have any hindrances, then we are going to complete it by September 2021.
So what it means is that there will still be outages?
Yeah, as I've already indicated, maybe we will not be able to go there. Whenever we are constructing a line like this, we normally meet some crossings like ECG lines, and also maybe sometimes obstacles like houses. But for the ECG line, because it is also an electrical system, we must make sure that we give an outage to be able to cross the line. If we do not do that, there will be an induction and people might suffer from that. And so if we go to a place called on the Oponglo Road, that's precisely around Magdan area, ECG have about 4 circuit lines which are crossing our lines. And therefore, when we reach that location, definitely we are going to request for an outage. And so all those people who are being served by these 4 circuits will be taken off for a period of time in order for the construction activity to continue.
So will there be some
When we are about to do that outage, you'll get the public informed.
Is GRIDCo facing any financial challenges?
I think
I
think the issue of financial challenges doesn't even come in. You heard the chief executive say it, because they are doing the project. We can all see. So if what does finance come in? The people don't have money to buy lunch, or I don't know. But as far as we can see, the project is an ongoing project. So it's not about finances. It's just that if you are renovating your house, sometimes it's more complicated and it's more expensive than even building a new house. These are lines that we have just been informed were strung, some from 1950, some from 1965. The power it was supposed to transmit, Accra has expanded tremendously. So they are giving us power lines that can improve the power situation in Accra. We just need the forbearance of Ghanaians, because what we are planning and what we are implementing is the best for them.
So within the foreseeable future, will there be other infrastructure upgrades needed to the
In the budget of this year, it is clearly talked about in system improvement all over the country. So we are going to continue to improve the systems that have been strong since the 50s till we get it done.
How do you react to public outcry that we will be returning to a similar situation in 2016 and that GRIDCo is gradually going on?
We should all be truthful in our communication. In 2016, the whole country, they gave us periods that we were off and we were on. In 2016, the government of the day told us that it was a generation problem. In 2016, even the opposition talked about the government don't have the money to buy fuel. This is not a generation problem. This is not about fuel. So how could it be DUMSO? DUMSO is planned and the timetable is rolled out. And it affected the whole country for 4 years. Is that what we are seeing? No. Some of the system, because of the challenges, the reason why the system upgrades are being done is what we are feeling. And so we have to bear with the contractors to finish in time so that we can enjoy the improvement we so desire.
So do you want to tell the public that with all what is going on, there's no DUMSO?
Is there a DUMSO, I would ask you? Is it the DUMSO that you have known and come to live with what is happening in the country? We have systems where lights are flickering, voltages are low, and sometimes, like it happened over the weekend, the line is down because the conductor has broken. And that is exactly why we have what we are here today, the system upgrade. That is ongoing. And so the challenges is what we are dealing with. And all I can say is plead with Ghanaians to be forbearing and would come out of the problem.
Okay, so there are some people on social media indicating that this is a deliberate attempt by government to justify the reason for the upcoming national tariff. So government has obviously created artificial outages so that there will be a justification for implementing tariffs.
Some of these claims need not be responded to in the sense that in the light of the obvious fact, this was not started today. This project has been ongoing for some time, as the project engineer just told you about. So I can simply say it is not true.
Okay, thank you very much. So the Honorable Minister will just give us a summary so that our brothers...
The CEO of GRIDCo will speak to the three speakers.
Honorable CEO.
Answer now the question. Yenya questions are why you probably be now because you will if you me who say you like a pop na say esaswa
Ena yaka no person DUMSO na yaka no a yehu ye no enu bi na yehu ni sese ya na say saade a na e beka say DUMSO say nya saade a yentimi nka say aho che kakra na aba yehia obodo da tell me dey kan kan na say sa tawa o ene ye see no 1950s no betra na home ana ye see eno na e de power no kon ya hu se a enkran anyi ama power na ɛsɛ sɛ nkranfoɔ nya no saa towers yi ntumi nsoa ɛnkɔ nti ɛsɛ sɛ yɛsi foforɔ nti ntumi nsoa no nti na ahokyerɛ n'aba no ɛna yɛsi foforɔ nti ɛno ane sɛ ghanafoɔ bɛnya abotrɛ ɛne awerɛhyɛmu sɛ asɛm a yɛka kyerɛ wɔn ne sɛ yɛnim nsɛm no a ɛsi no yɛnda wɔ ho yɛdi ho dwuma yɛn nyinaa yɛho nipa na ɛnenam ɛsoro a ɔmo ɛyɛ adwuma no mmiri bi bɛba a ɛsɛ sɛ yɛde deɛ yɛyɛ no yɛde ɛhyɛ deɛ ɛwɔ hɔ dada no mu na obi kan sɛ ofie koraa wokɔfrɛ electrician sɛ ɔmmra na ɔmɛyɛ adwuma ma wa deɛ ɛbɛyɛ ne sɛ obi sɛ sɛ omi nso ɛno akɔdum no sɛ deɛ ɛbɛyɛ a ɔnya electric shock nti no sɛ ɛba sɛ yɛ integrity way into the existing system na ɛbɛba sɛ yɛbɛdum kanea yɛnya nu hɔ sɛ yɛdu hɔ nom a yɛbɛka akyerɛ mo project manager ne kasa na ɔka sɛ baabi wɔ hɔ a yɛbɛkrɔso line yɛkrɔso line na ɛsɛ sɛ line na ɛwɔ hɔ dada te sɛ ECG line no ɛsɛ sɛ ɔmo dum no sɛ deɛ ɛbɛyɛ bɛtumi akrɔso impo no sɛ si a yɛyɛ adwuma yi saa tawa mmienu wei no power wɔ mu mmiri bi bɛba ɛsɛ sɛ yɛyi fi hɔ nom ɛsiane sɛ power wɔ mu na yɛtwe ahoma nti no yɛfrɛ biribi induction power ne bi etimi kɔ deɛ yɛnsɔ yɛ koraa no nti wobɛhu a ɔbɛn sɛ yɛde ahoma bi asan nkyɛn hɔ nom a de abɛsi fam ɔho nti sɛ power ne bi kɔ mpɛ na atwe aba asase na sɛ deɛ ɛbɛyɛ a ɔmo te so no enku ɔmo anyɛ saa ɛbɛtumi eku ɔmo
nti yɛnhwɛ mu nkosi da bɛn a saa project
sɛ ɔhyɛ bɔ sɛ September mu nkosi September deɛ na yɛwie biribiara hwɛ bi
nti nkosi September no yɛbɛsa nya saa dunso nketenkete ne low voltage
ɛno de dabi sɛ na yɛwie adwuma no deɛ na ɛsɛ biribiara pɛpɛɛpɛ
nti CEO no ɛda ano na kyɛ sɛ ɔno yɛ ne no ɛdi nkɔmmɔ no nti na sɛ na media mu ɛde ama wo ɛwɔ asia ɛsane sɛ deɛ wɔkyerɛ mu anasa ne nkyerɛ mu ahodoɔ wɔ ma yɛ no ɛnso so ɛno no nti yɛwɔ atweyam sɛ yɛbɛhwɛ na yɛne kodwo ɔpɔnkoma nso ɛdi nkɔmmɔ ɛsane sɛ wɔkyerɛ mu ma yɛte aseɛ sɛ ɛyɛ ade a yɛdi nkɔmmɔ no wie anasɛ technocrats no ɛyɛ nkyerɛmu wie a yɛbɛtumi aba ne yɛne no so aba abɛdi nkɔmmɔ nti na sɛ ayɛ sɛ wote yɛnka nso adi firi pɛma GRIDCo ne mpɔtɛ mu a na kyerɛ sɛ ɛno nso so ɛna de akɔgu no ɔkyerɛ sɛ ɛnyɛ adeɛ a yɛwɔ dum so anka dum so wɔ hɔ anka yɛadɔ ho timetable dadada anka wɔ obiara ehunu baabi a wɔgyina sɛ na yɛbɛdum no 5 na yɛasɔ no the next day 6 anaasɛ deɛ ɛwɔ no na kyerɛ sɛ yɛtumi yɛ no nti wahyɛ yɛbɔ sɛ deɛ ɛnyɛ adeɛ a dum so biara ɛwɔ.
All right, nti enkomodie no aha ene ekosi ye GRIDCo pedi yera Jonathan Amwakoba ena wote se onyantoboase adwudwa nkomodie na ekoso ni nyinaa mu se ahoden asise wo se wonmo de bakrom mamamfo nyankane ano kamia ye se enhoma no entumi sa ahoden no ese kuro na yekese ahoden de bi ho ne mu se beye no mo de bakrom no na enhoma no yeso mo sese bi nti na nsesaye mu no na obehunu se de eya ye kan se maharizm ba bi se ye na ba bi yeyie nsesaye no mu no eduru ba bi a osi edum kanea mfidie no mo sese bi a osi edum kanea sanse eja wo mu a se de nyina nkran ne mu ntete nkran ye nyina gem ensoja nti na kyese eho nkyiremu kakra bae no yenim se nkyiremu ya abai energy minister estate emphatically say no, this is not doom so situation and not womb in 2016 in 2015 and yes that situation you see at that time na generational problem you can't generation problem na eno no agina say enkanea no de ewo no na enso yentimi enwan kanea ndo do mpo ne acheche e de ama se de enkanea no se de tie ne de ye no bebre nemum se ye de beba na yato apetia ma obia enya bie no unse voter river authority independent power producers asogle no mo ne T3 ne ho kekeka ho no onu nyina obia no anka ne wi GRIDCo ene begu ne kukum GRIDCo ene begu kukum no a transmit the ama electricity company of Ghana ECG na mo no ay final distribution no ne bia ba madwumam hayi Adom TV ha e bia ba ofie ba bia wo so te ase enti saa ahoɔden no eba begu GRIDCo ho wi a GRIDCo ebe transmit ahoɔden de aba no wɔkyerɛ sɛ nhoma na wɔde saa ahoɔden no efa mu aba no emu agogo bi wagye sɛ yirim bi wagye sɛ sane no ye sesa no sanse ikuru na ye kese nti nya homa bia so na ahoɔden bi timi fam unsa waya bi wɔ no ma wɔde connect power bia wɔ ha nse anane na sa ahoɔden no so kyɛn saa waya no nti saa kyerɛ mu no nti ababa ye beba homa no so 0302221701 221702 221703 die mpanimfoɔ ekani die technocrat no ekani yen nsoso no aye ofom no kanea no ho asɛm no sɛ de ɔmo ka no eba bɛtɔ akoma no so nkyeremu no ekoyie anaasɛ bibi foforo ho bi ma yɛpɛsɛ yɛte na yɛpushi na yagye abanti yɛbɛmo akwanya wɔ Pampaso dwumadie so kae sɛ Pampaso dwumadie de bra wɔ bɛna da bia yɛsɛ asɛm no de hia ne yɛsi so ne yagye mu nkyeremu yɛbisa kosan ho ehia na yagye nkyeremu no na yɛde ama wo ne nyinaa yɛpem kɔ yɛnim sɛbe yɛni bre na yɛde agoratɔprɛ no nti sabre wobɛtumi afrɛ no aba 0302221701 221702 221703 midin edna na say ampofo je na before se me fa ye course no kra no me ankasa me yonko menua made nyina engineer Emmanuel Kofi Antwi me ma okafra ene de ye somewhere last week na akronfo ebo ntrim tu okumase na oda ICU konfo no chide te na no pen se menua no entimi enya ne nkwa nti from ne yire na nakosua ne man ketewa nketekete ene abusuafo ne papa ne maame the only child aroho mampofo adekese pa na to yani yema obi bia kafra ne yakonya kopon fa ne kransie Richard good morning. Hello Richard.
Hello.
Good morning.
Fine morning.
Bajo ka se free.
Gazab du sunyane.
Sunyane all right. Richard mamenti onka.
The problem is yen nyina ni Ghana no say katwi kasa say dum so a je say o ma na power dum ne asia so say problem be na de ba say problem be na de ba yo o kan ya dum na asia so betene every bi bai ne ntumi no ajam kanea no e ma yen engineer friend say you dum so e problem enne ajam kanea no ya no a be ntumi fa mbre ye ka che say no nyedum so en horo na mente ase no
material kana se pa na se dum so definition is kanea ni dum ana so
no na chire mu say dum so no ate che say o twi kasa wu en ye pese ye hu se dum so no e chire say ye ntumi nto fa anwo no kanea de a me hu say eno na edum so
all right
but dum
material kana se pa Richard Peter so wa homa so Peter mamento nka.
Hello, yeah. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. Me Martin Yama Omoka. Na who is I say Ghana na do be a help support to omo jumo omo ye ne bebuai. Na omo nye juma pa ma do be a na ye mu bi a politics I say ye ni politics say do so. Do so ni witi sabre ni ye dem bia na ochi. Ati ye ni ntisa adwuma na omo ye. It is ye nyina dem pa but chiri na adwuma na omo ye ni ti ye bia. Bemo man na tinya for so be duru ba bia se ma ye ni bi kan se bi sikasa na si ka se ye mka o man ni ye nke ye.
All right. Mamemfa ofrefo foforo. Kwasi wi afi.
Yeah.
Kwasi ka se free.
Na ti sai.
Me ho ye pa kwasi ka se free.
Me ka le free Kumasi.
Kumasi fine. For all right. But me enti Kumasi situation no ne ntrimu ampanifo de aba eminim se atoyi a.
Ntrimu ne de me fi se twi kasa de dum so ye dum no. Ya so ye dum so. Ya me ye nka bi se bi ye dum so na we ye fort aye.
Okay.
Ye ne de fort. So me so na ye dum so a and fort a mistake. Dum so. Timetable no mon fa maya ye ni problem na problem e wo pa no
unfortunately kwasi I also me twa so na me call GRIDCo sisi aba nti ma me nsentie nkomo e kwaso GRIDCo.
You hang it on a tractor and be pulling it on the ground. Yes, but then that's why they designed this machine to prevent that. So they take this, they first put the fish wire, the black wire on the tower. And at the end of it, they will put the main conductor behind it so that as this one takes the lead, this is the lead, then the main conductor will be following it till they get to the end. Mm.
All right, inti komodi and baby akosi no no yede mo besi na nyame ya adom a next week Tuesday ma se hia e bi o Pampaso na komodi e sefata ebebo man kan kro ne de abramo wo ba Kofi Ampadu Priscilla Ferguson na Osmosis ehwe ekire na ene me cameraman sound obi aye na dwuma se de sefata bi di nanase apofo je yi e be se hia bi